You're feminine. Do you like being masculine?
It's not being masculine, it's an attitude, really. Being masculine, what is that? I mean, can you tell me what is being masculine? I mean, I think that I just act the way I feel.
Or do you find women attractive?
I find women attractive. And for me to say I don't find women attractive would be saying that I don't find myself attractive. I think it's ridiculous trying to categorize people's feelings or saying what does one prefer. There's no comparison.
What does it mean to be masculine, and is it only exclusive to men?
No. I would say to be masculine is really your own definition of your own masculinity and how you want to present that. You know what I mean? For example, like as of now in today's society, we got all these pronouns and stuff. It's really on you what you identify as. So what you think is masculine, that should be for you. What you think is feminine, that should be for you as well. You know what I mean?
Has your masculinity been challenged, and how did you respond?
Yes. Past relationships, right?
Okay.
You
Yep.
know, where you deal with you deal with a nice woman, and they challenge you on the fact that you're acting feminine right now, or because you are expressing yourself, and as men, we don't really get the outlet to do that,
Right.
or to be. If you show any type of vulnerability is considered weakness,
Right.
to some women. So
I do believe that I am a man, and nobody can challenge that. Not even, especially the opposite sex. Y'all will never know what it feels like to be a man, just like I will never know what it feels like to be a woman.
Right.
So I giggle, to be honest, because you're not about to sit here and tell me I'm not a man because of this, or like this is what a man's supposed to do. You don't know what it's like.
Where do you feel like that maybe comes from, where if a man is in a relationship with a woman specifically, and the woman is not allowing that man to be vulnerable, because that's not weak,
Yeah,
that's a
exactly.
strength
That's
actually,
actually
to
strength, yeah.
understand that I'm not as strong, that's okay. But where do you feel like that may have come from?
When it comes down to vulnerability, it's definitely like from families. The family dynamic in
Right.
general. Who you, who raised you, what they grew up by, like kind of like generational cycle. Men are supposed to be strong. We're not supposed to talk about our feelings.
Right.
We're not supposed to cry or show any type of weakness. And so, like, when you built on those type of morals, you think what you're doing is the correct way, just to be like, all right, I ain't got to talk about how I feel. If something bad happens to me, you know what we do? We just suck it up.
Right.
Put it in the pocket, all right?
And let it go.
Better days will come next.
Yeah.
But you realize that's actually moving backwards. That's why there's a lot of like high death suicide rates with black men specifically, because we don't know how to internalize, and that's not so we end up doing something external in response to all the trauma, or of all the the hurt, or all the pain that we've been through.
Right. Do you feel like masculinity is fluid? I know you said that if somebody has that energy, they can, whatever their sex is, they can
Change it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's really on you. For example, like, I don't know. This can dive into so many different things.
Dive in.
I would say, like, for example, if I was to paint my nails, right? I do get manicures, clear gel. I don't do color because that's just not me. That's not my thing. I have friends who do color though, and I don't say that challenges their masculinity at all. That's just what you like. You know what I mean? For example, like, there's like there's really no such thing as girl colors and boy colors. A color's a color. You got pink on, right? That can be. I can wear pink too, and I think I make it look pretty good.
That
you know
skin gonna pop right off that pink.
Exactly.
And what does healthy masculinity look like?
Healthy masculinity is, it look like this, what you're looking at right now.
Okay.
Be yourself. Don't worry about nobody. So if I say this is masculine, and you can't tell me otherwise, because you and I me. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Our first question for femininity is, how do you define it? And is it only exclusive to women?
I don't think so. I think at a certain point it was like super back in the day, but now like femininity, everybody in the world like has ways to like reach out and find their feminine side and stuff like that. Like, I know personally for me, like, when I was younger, I wasn't really in tune with my femininity. I was like one of those girls, like, oh no, I don't like pink, like, I like blue, like, I'm a tomboy. But now, more recently, it's like, being feminine is beautiful.
So I would define femininity in a way that it can be expressed through multiple different ways. It's not subject just to one gender. I feel you can find it within your own personal styles and what you like to do. I just feel like it's a way to feel confident in yourself and the things that you are passionate about.
Why do you feel like femininity is so important?
I think it's important because a lot of the times, like, in media and in movies, like, it's villainized in a way. But nowadays, like, I feel like we need to view it as empowering, because a lot of the times, like, you see, like, hyper femininity viewed as, like, oh, mean and, like, bitchy and stuff like that. But it's not that. It's like finding comfortability in yourself and, like, self-care. Yeah.
There was a lot of toxic ways that people would even just define what being a woman is. And now I feel like in today's society, women are just able to express themselves in just so many different ways that aren't just held to one stereotype. And I just find it so inspiring what women are doing these days, about just down to what they are wearing and what the ways they are able to talk about themselves in the light of that, sometimes in a society that shoots down women.
What separates sexuality from femininity?
Wait, yeah, I kind of need to.
I was thinking, like, sexuality, like, almost like as a neutral, like, starting off point for some reason.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
feminine, whether you're attracted to, like, feminine stuff or masculine stuff, like, that's what guides your sexuality in a way, and, like, kind of adds to what you project, like, how you show your sexuality, like, depending on whether you're feminine or more masculine or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I kind of have something to add to that, and I just love the overall just like theme of just love itself. Like, love is such a beautiful thing, and I feel like when you're taking those steps closer with someone, you're able to embrace your femininity more. Like, you're able to, I feel like in a girl's perspective, you're able to feel like soft, and you're able to, like, give that attention to your partner and just be able to, like, express that, like, femininity towards them, and just, like, I feel like it's just a beautiful thing with, like, both people in the relationship.
I like that. I like how you said, like, someone else can bring that part of you out that you never even really thought is there.
Right.
I feel like sometimes in our society, women are hard.
Yes, like, we have to be.
You have to be, and it's a part of survival until you get with someone, whether it's a woman or a man, that allows you to feel girly. And tell us about a time where you had to put your femininity aside, and what happened.
I was, like, in high school, I was a theater student, and in my junior year, every single role I played, I had to play a man in, like, the roles, and it was by choice. But it was fun, kind of, like, exploring, like, my masculine side again, because once I entered high school, I was, like, really exploring my femininity. I was really exploring that side of myself. But it's nice to be able to access both and, like, get different perspectives, especially, like, as an actor, like, just delve into different parts of yourself, because I feel like characters really help you find different parts of who you are when you're playing them. So yeah, it was weird at first, but, like, the second time I had to do that, it was freeing in a way, because I feel like sometimes when I'm super feminine, I feel like really posed and stuff like that. Like, I have to be, like, perfect and, like, all that. But, like, when I, like, explore masculinity, it's honestly more relaxed, and I think that's, like, a societal factor and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
I would say, honestly, in a past relationship of mine, I felt like I was the person in a relationship who was, like we were just touching on, like, I wasn't able to feel soft and that someone really cared about me. I was always the one that was either reaching out to them first, going out of my way to do certain things for them, and I felt like I just wasn't appreciated. And so I had to kind of step up and be like, okay, well, I feel like I was kind of like the prince in the situation. And so I felt like I wasn't getting the treatment that I deserved when I know I can put that type of love into somebody else. So I feel like that was the time when I had to put my femininity aside because I didn't get to be the fun and just do. Like, that was a challenging situation, but I learned a lot more about myself and I just know what I won't take anymore, so.
Period. I mean, child.